Been on the road for a month, 7 provinces. I met 45 candidates, 22 ridings. The polls are now showing the Liberals are ahead, and that does not greatly surprise me, frankly. Wherever I was, the Conservatives were losing seats. You know, not surprising if you're the majority party and you've got a party, the Liberals only had 34 seats. It was almost inevitable they were going to increase. But I was surprised at how many and in how many different places. You know, I started off in Halifax. I went to New Brunswick, Montreal, the 905 belt around Toronto, places like Brampton and Mississauga. Downtown Toronto, they don't have too many seats, but what they have, they're going to lose, I think. And in Winnipeg, where they had 12 or 14 seats, they're going to lose maybe as many as 9. It's changed over time more than in location, I think. What happened early on was that there was a lot of undecided voters. There are very few undecided voters running into the final week of the campaign. I think what happened was that the Liberals produced a plan that people liked. It went to the left of the New Democratic Party when it came to spending on infrastructure. It went to the right of the Conservatives when it came to lowering taxes. Incredibly, the Conservatives were outbid and undercut on lower taxes by the Liberals. Well, I don't think that the campaign per se hurt the Conservatives any more than they were hurt already. I mean, I think in the middle of the campaign they staged a bit of a mini resurgence when people started, initially there was a kind of gag reflex, let's get rid of Harper. Then for a few weeks it turned out that people were thinking about, well, what kind of change are we going to get? And they were kind of mulling it over, and the Conservative numbers rose a little bit. By and large, I think the damage was done before the campaign. As one Conservative said to me, this is what happens when you're too mean to too many people for too long. So I think the Liberals have run a Teflon campaign. Nothing seems to stick to them. All the things that they were being accused of doing by their rivals has not really made an impact. They've gone from third place to first place. The converse, the New Democratic Party, they started off in first place going into this election. They've now ended up in third place, largely because I think they were too cautious. When they were in first place, they decided to play it safe. They would try and attract voters who were not traditional NDP voters, and so they said, we will not go into deficit. And the plan was a little bit muddy after that. People didn't really know what they had, and it was like a pudding with no flavour. People turned away from the New Democrats. The Conservatives have trundled on, saying with the same old message, stick with us, things aren't that bad, but the anti-Harper factor really undercut them. I was campaigning with local MP Andrew Saxton in Vancouver, and people are just turned off Harper, and I think it's just time for them to go. The arc of this campaign, it proves to me anyway that campaigns matter, because the arc was that Trudeau started off in third place. It looks like he's going to end up in first place. Mulcair started off in first place. It looks like he's going to end up in third place. And that all happened during the campaign period. In fact, it pretty much all happened after Labour Day. I don't think people were paying too much attention in August, but in September the numbers started to move, and then into October we just saw the clear blue water between the Liberals and the NDP, and then even between the Liberals and the Conservatives. So it's just it's proof for anybody who didn't think campaigns matter, proof that they do.